Hello everyone, welcome back. If you don't know who I am, I'm Brandy, and this is Sacred Arcana Tarot. Today we're going to do a general pick a card reading just to see what kind of messages Spirit has for us. So, we have 4 choices. We have Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4. Take a moment. If you need to meditate, go ahead. If you want to choose by crystals, that's okay too. It's whatever pile you are drawn to. Okay, let's get to group number 1. Welcome back. If you chose this beautiful crystal, this reading is for you. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Let's put these up here. There we go. Okay, group number 1. Wow, interesting. Well, group 1, right off the bat, the first thing that I noticed is that you have Groundhog Spirit, which says time to let go, and you have the 8 of Cups, which is letting go. So, Spirit wants you to let go of something. Is it a relationship that's no longer serving you? Is it a job that is no longer serving you? It could be a mindset as well that is no longer serving you. I love the 8 of Cups because she has put her worries, her thoughts, whatever that has been bothering her into this cup, and she's burned it. She's sent it out into the universe, and she's turned and she's walking towards the light that's on the horizon. She's walking to the next part of her journey, and she's not looking back. She's okay with it. She's very much okay with letting go and walking away from this situation. Some of you may have been stuck. You may feel stuck, and if you do, then I would say it's time to move forward. It's time to do the ritual of burning your worries and your fears, whatever is troubling you. Release it to Spirit, release it to the universe, so that you can walk away. And you have that message twice. So either you've just let go of something, or you're in the process of letting go. So let's go on to the King of Wands in reverse. Somebody might be feeling a little overly ambitious, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's good to have ambition. Normally, when we see the King of Wands upright, he's very controlled. He's casual. He's like a casual king. He's like, I got this. I know where my strength lies. I know that I'm a king, so I don't have to parade that notion around. People just know when they see me that I am in control, that I'm the boss. But with it being reversed, this is someone that can be a little too much of a king, in that you can be a little overbearing, you can be a little egotistical, you can be a little too assertive, to the point that you're cutting people off. You're not letting them grow. You're not letting them find their fire and creativity. You're kind of tamping the people around you down so that you feel like you can stay in control. This almost feels like a warning to me, like a cautionary tale that Spirit is saying. Be mindful of being too assertive, being too impatient, being stuck on yourself. Be proud of the fact that you've let go, that you've moved on, but don't let it go to your head. So let's look at the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords to me is always that feeling of hit the road, Jack, because he's running off to his motorcycle and he's ready to get going just like that. There's a lot of quick energy coming in with the Knight of Swords. There's ambition here as well. It almost seems like Spirit is cautioning you not to get caught up just with your ambition, but Spirit also wants you to know that it's okay to go for your ambition. Just don't let it consume you here. There's definitely going to be a lot of movement that's going to be very fast. There's definitely a successful feeling here where you are focusing on where you want to go. You've decided on the path you're going to take, and you're gone. You're off to the races for that. Now here we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. That can show a workaholic. It almost feels like you are so focused on succeeding that you're not really enjoying what you're doing. All you're seeing is the money, the resources, maybe even the credibility that the job or career entails and affords you. It could be that if you are higher up, if you've managed to become a boss or a COO or CEO, or even in a position where you have kind of like a shift manager where you get some people below you, it's almost like you feel alone. You should be enjoying this. You should be enjoying the fruits of your labor. You should be enjoying the resources that Spirit has brought you, that your own ability has brought you, because you've worked hard to reach this point. But this almost feels like a hollow victory, like a hollow, it's like the phrase, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. If all you are is work, you're going to miss out on part of the joy of being where you are. You're not taking the time to enjoy the fact that you've done a lot to get here, that you've made some tough decisions, that you've had to walk away from some things, and that you are financially in a very good place. This feels more like you're realizing that ambition isn't everything. It is good to be ambitious, but if you lose track of everything else, if you lose your friends, your family, your loved ones, what's the point? You'll have no one to share this with. Spirit wants you to remember that joy should be in everything that you do. If you're doing something that isn't bringing you any sort of joy or happiness, you really need to release it. You really need to let it go. And this feels like you've let go of something. It could be fear of not being capable of something. It could be, this can be anything. There's not enough information here for me to say. But this definitely feels like you're working towards something. The fact that this is a Pentacle card makes me think it has to do with work. Something about your career, your resources. And it feels like you've gotten to a point here that you realize that just money isn't everything. It's nice to have. You need to have money, obviously, but it's not the be-all, end-all that you thought it would be. There's a hollowness to it. So Spirit wants you to remember that you need to have joy in everything that you do. If this is not bringing you joy anymore, it's time to move on. It's time to look for something else. Look ahead to the next horizon. Oh my gosh. Okay, group 1. I hope you enjoyed this quick little check-in with Spirit. It's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ding that bell notification. It lets you know when I upload new videos. I hope everyone has a blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group 2. How is everyone today? I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are. This is going to be a general reading. Remember, this isn't going to resonate with everyone. So let's get to it. Okay, group 2. Interesting. Wow. Group 2, I can tell you right off the bat, you have got some major energy popping around you. Major energy. That's just, wow, that's crazy. Okay, so let's start here. You have the Strength card. You could be Leo. You don't have to be Leo, obviously. But, man, I can't believe you've got 2 major arcana right next to each other. It's like, wow. when I look at this card, I always think of a type of quiet strength, because here's a lamb, and here she has half of a human face and half of a lion's face. So she's very much in control with her strength, her abilities, her wild side even. She's in touch with both. And she knows that she doesn't always have to be the king of the jungle, right? I promise I can talk, guys. She's very courageous. There's a quiet strength here, because she's looking right at us. She's showing her face to us. She's not upset that we're seeing who she really is. She has the lamb here, which she could rip into. She could completely kill it and just tear it apart if she wanted to, but she doesn't. She's protecting this lamb. This could be an idea that you have. This could even be like a person, a child. This is very much saying you have the strength, you are brave. Whatever it is that you want to pursue it. She's very compassionate with this lamb here. So this feels like you're a compassionate person. You are thinking about what good you can bring towards others. You might even be a healer of some sort. You might work in the medical field. Anything to do with volunteer work, so maybe firefighters, anything of that nature. This definitely feels like someone who tends to think of others more than themselves. You're very protective. I really like that card. It's very interesting. So let's look at the death and rebirth. Group 2. Looks like you are in a wonderful transition here. There's a transition feeling like you're going through a cycle. This almost feels like it's ended, and I don't know why, because there's nothing here that necessarily says an ending. But this feels like you're beginning to see yourself differently. Definitely feels like you're learning something, about yourself. It could be that you don't see yourself as a very brave person, as a fierce person, but you're beginning to see that you're stronger than you thought. You're transforming more into someone who you yourself admire or could admire. It's almost like you are pulling in energy to be the person that you know you're meant to be. And you know that there's going to be some kind of balancing act here. Group 2, this is really interesting. I mean, you're working with some heavy stuff here, man. So let's move on to the Two of Pentacles. There's a juggling act going here. Looking at it, boom, boom, boom. This is what you're struggling with. You're struggling with feeling, it could even be that you feel like the lamb here. You're feeling a little vulnerable, like you don't really have the strength of character that you should be. But Spirit is saying, yes, you do. You're going into a cycle where you're going to learn and realize that you are so strong, you're so brave, you're so fierce. You can protect anything or anyone that you need to, whether it's your idea, yourself, others. And you're having to juggle these emotions. Pentacles refer to resources. It doesn't have to just be money. In this case, it really does feel like you are juggling how to handle this energy, how to handle this new perspective of yourself. I mean, you've got some really fierce energy here. I mean, look, lion and wolf. The wolf spirit is saying, turn knowledge into wisdom. It feels like to me like your knowledge is going to come right here. Once this cycle of transformation occurs, then you're really going to tap into yourself and realize that you're a lot stronger than you think you are. You're very much family oriented. You're all about the pack. And the fact that you have the Six of Cups here makes me think that something from your past, it's either someone or maybe a thought or a memory from the past, is going to remind you that, you know what, you really are a strong person. I love the puppy. I love how it's a boy and his puppy, and now they're adult and they're still together. It's kind of like the male version of this, the woman and the little lamb. So it may be that you need to embrace something from the past. Maybe embrace the fact that the thought the way you viewed yourself from the past or in the past isn't truly how you are. So you're a lot stronger than you ever thought you were. You are very capable of balancing whatever issues, whether they are emotional, financial, anything that comes your way. You can balance it. You can handle the situation. You're transforming, Group 2. You are learning a lot about yourself. You're like the phoenix rising, where you shed the old you to become new, which makes sense. I mean, here's the Six of Cups. It's a way of embracing the past and saying, yes, I recognize that this is how I was in the past. This is what happened in the past, but I no longer have to be connected or held back because of the past. And knowing that you accept yourself and knowing that you accept what has happened in the past will lead you to the wisdom. It's like you learn from your lessons, right? So you can look back and say, okay, this experience taught me this. This person, good or bad, taught me this. Whoops. It's a very, wow. This is a very powerful reading for you, Group 2. Spirit wants you to know that you are really, really strong. That you really are the phoenix. You're fierce. You're intelligent. Your only issue is you need to realize that you need to embrace the energies that come at you. You need to embrace your past. You need to embrace your true self. Accept your true self, your true face. And then you will be able to juggle anything that comes at you. You'll be able to handle anyone or anything that comes at you. Wow, Group 2, way to go. Nice. Spirit says, woohoo. This is a general reading, remember guys, so it may not resonate with everyone. That's quite all right. If you got something out of it, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ding that bell notification. It lets you know when I upload new videos. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time. Bye! Hello, Group 3. If you chose this beautiful crystal, which I believe is the smoky quartz, then this reading is for you. Let's get to it. Spirit has had some wonderful messages, and it looks like you've got a wonderful message too. Group 3, interesting. So let's see. Your animal is the dolphin. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Group 3. Group 3, we're going to start with the Fool. Are you ready to jump in for new opportunities? Are you ready to head out on a new journey? It definitely seems like Spirit is telling you to. You've got a spiritual quest right here. It definitely feels like you are really opening up to your potential. Whether that is looking within, or whether that is really ready to jump in with both feet to work on your soul's path. I mean, that kind of feels like this. The fact that it's got the spiritual quest here, I mean, this feels like Spirit is saying, get ready, jump in with both feet. You're going to learn a lot on this soul's journey, but you've got to take the first step. You got to make that leap in so that you can start this journey. Just go ahead, jump in with both feet. Spirit's got you. And she's got her rod and she's got her crystal here. So she's handing herself over to Spirit. She's just falling backwards into this mandala of energy. And so let's look at the King of Swords. The King of Swords is typically someone who is very much a communicator, a very strong communicator, someone who is in control of their thoughts. They're not as in touch with their emotions. They focus more on their intellect. They're very much a leader. They're the type person that is very good in business. They can look at things very logically and analytically, and they're comfortable with that. They're very, very comfortable being in a position where they lead people where they need to go. This almost feels like this is something that you're going to have to overcome. Like, you are very much an analytical type person. Like, this is you, whether you're male or female. You're kind of like, you know what, I only believe it if I can see it myself, if you can prove it to me. Very rational, you know. like a scientist. I'm only going to believe it if I can see it, right? You need to release some of that if you're going to go on a soul's journey, if you're going to step on that soul's path, because you're not going to be able to see everything. Your thoughts can hinder you on this path of spirituality. You need to get in touch with your emotions. You need to get in touch with that intuition that resides within you. And if you only focus on the analytical aspect of your mind and you shut off your heart, you're not going to be able to fully walk down your soul's path. So let's look at justice. Justice normally refers to balance. It can refer to a like a legal dispute if she's upright, but in this case she's reversed. So this feels like there's some kind of imbalance going on here. Almost like there is some level of fear, which, okay, group 3, if you're all in your mind and if you're a very analytical person, you're really going to be afraid to let go, in this case, let go of the sword that is your thoughts, your analytical mind, to receive the emotional, intuitive messages that Spirit has for you. So you really need to release your hold on this sword here. If you're worried that you're going to lose control, if you're worried that all of a sudden you are going to end up unbalanced, don't. You need to focus on the love that you feel inside. You need to realize that you can't always be in your head. Sometimes you have to let go. You have to let other people kind of hold the reins once in a while. That you have work that you need to do inside. You need to let go of any false masks that you may have about yourself. Like, you may think that, there's no way, I'm not capable of being a spiritual person. Yes, you are. Absolutely. Justice also deals with karma. So if you are trying to put something from your past behind you, Spirit says it's time. It's definitely time. Let's look at the 5 of Cups. Are you feeling a little, actually feeling a lot of sadness? Are you grieving the loss of something? It could even be someone's betrayed you. Group 3, this almost feels like you hold on to your sword so tightly because you're afraid that if you let go, if you get the least bit out of balance, and for you, balance is being all in your head, not in your heart. It's like you get your heart locked up. This feels like you're worried that this is going to be you, that your emotions are just going to overtake you and you're not going to be able to pull yourself out of this. You're always going to be, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot in your cup. You're never going to be able to break free of your emotions to where you can become analytical when you need to, like when you have to make a decision. In this feels very much like you're afraid of who you really are. Almost like this, if you become this way, you're going to become weak. It's almost like you feel that when you show emotions or when you acknowledge your emotions, it makes you a weak person. And it doesn't. It makes you a strong person. You're very strong. Very, very strong. This feels like that's part of your spiritual quest. You need to realize that you can be both the King of Swords and you can be the 5 of Cups. And the fact that you have Justice here in the middle, she is balancing these out. She's showing you that her eyes are wide open and she's comfortable with who she is. She's holding these upright. These scales are upright. And she's fine. She's able to balance it, no problem. She can go back and forth between these two with not a bit of hesitation. I really think that's part of your issue. You've got to learn that you can tread this path and be both. So let's look at Dolphin. Dolphin says, this and that are true. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dolphin wants you to be fun. Dolphin is very fun energy, fast energy. Remember that you can be both light and dark. You can be both analytical and emotional. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We're supposed to be made up of many different parts. You know, it wouldn't be fun if we were, you know, if each one of us kind of had their own emotion. Like if somebody was angry all the time or somebody was sad all the time. That wouldn't be a very fun world, I don't think. You know, we're meant to be both. So group 3, your test is going to be to balance yourself. You really need to balance yourself, and that's going to be, you're going to find that when you go on your spiritual quest. Group 3, wow, what an awesome reading. You've got a lot of great energy coming in. Spirit is always with you, remember that. And don't be afraid to open yourself up to your emotions. It's quite all right. It's who we are as human. All right? I hope you got something out of this reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and ding that bell notification. Lets you know when I upload new videos. Everyone, take care. I wish you lots of light and love, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group 4. If you chose this wonderfully cut stone, this reading is for you. So let's get to it. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Oh. Could be worse. Oh. Wow, group 4. My goodness, my goodness. You have a lot of reversals here. 3 out of the 4 are reversed. So you could have a few blockages, but that's okay. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Normally when the 8 of Wands is upright, it shows messages coming in very quickly. It shows very fast moving energy, fiery energy. But when it's reversed, when it's upside down, it can show a slowing of energy. It can show kind of like a stagnation of energy. The word delay comes to mind here. Almost like a hesitation. So are you hesitating maybe over a choice? Well, yeah. I mean, it feels like you're hemming and hawing, kind of like, almost like one of those people, since there's the King of Pentacles here, that it's all or nothing, right? So you're all in. Like if you go on a diet, you're all in. You cut out sugar, you cut out caffeine, you cut out dairy. You know, I mean, you're eating like salads 24/7. Well, you burn out. I mean, you can only sustain that for so long before, you know, your brain and your body mutiny and go, you know what? I need some protein, I need some dairy. You better throw me some fat in the stomach. I need something. And then all of a sudden you're out of your diet, you're not paying attention, and you're just eating what you want. So it's that all or nothing attitude here. So let's look at the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is someone who's I always think of him like very chill, right? So he's made his money, he's built his house, he's got his family, he's got his soulmate. He is just chilling. He's happy where he is. He's very content. He's now almost turned into like a mentor figure where he can teach others what he's done to be successful. This feels like what you're aspiring to be. This feels like this is the kind of energy that you want to tap into. And it's a very good energy to have. I mean, he has been able to, he's the self-made man. He's the ultimate self-made man. Everything that he has gotten, he's built himself. Nothing was handed to him, nothing was given to him, nothing was free. He built all of this on his own. And now he can sit back and look at his accomplishments with pride. And that's what he's doing. And this very much feels like you. You're working towards building the future that you want. Manifesting the abundance and resources that you want to have. And that's we're all trying to tap into the King of Pentacles. We're like, hey, come on now, come on, sit with me for a little bit. I need some more money. I need some, it's like you're playing craps, baby needs a new car kind of a thing. But this isn't chance or luck. This is steady pursuit of your dreams. So let's look at the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups normally means you got too many choices, or almost like a fantasy island moment here. But with it being upside down, it's like a fear of indecision, which is kind of like this. This can signify like a type of stagnant, you're immobilized by, you can't decide where to put your energy is what I'm trying to say. So without being able to tell the wands where to go, they don't do anything. They just sit there. Similar here with Seven of Cups. You're feeling overwhelmed by choices. You could be feeling overwhelmed by choices, or it could just be that because you have so many choices that have overwhelmed you, you've just decided to kind of hide under the bed and not make any kind of decision. You're like, I don't know which one, so I'm not going to make any decision. That in and of itself is a form of decision. By not making a decision, you have made a decision. You've decided to just ignore the issue or ignore the choices and not move. You've stagnated again. Remember that your thoughts have manifested these opportunities. And if you have manifested these different opportunities, don't look at it like it's all or nothing. Look and see what each of these choices bring you. Weigh them out, the pros and cons. Look at it from the King of Pentacles perspective, where he says, okay, is this decision going to lead me to the house that I want, or to the level of resources that I want? And then if it does, okay, then pursue it. If it doesn't, say, okay, now's not the time for this option. Maybe I'll try the next one. And do that for each of the options in front of you. And that will help you chip away at the indecision that you're feeling, while also moving forward and harnessing this King of Pentacles energy. So let's look at the Devil. You have the Devil reversed. That's an awesome, awesome card to have in reverse. If the Devil comes up in a reading for me, I'm like, hallelujah, he is reversed. So usually when he's upright, it's talking about, that those temptations that want to grab you, those possible, vices that you have. Maybe you eat too much, maybe you smoke, maybe you love sex too much. It can be anything. But it's those things that you have a hard time saying no to. You have a hard time cutting down. With it being reversed, it's showing that you either broken through those temptations, or you're just on the cusp of breaking through those. Instead of having those chains attached to you, where you reach out and take his hand, you release those chains. You smack his hand away and you're like, not this time, Mr. Devil, I don't think so. You don't allow those temptations to attach themselves to you. Now, this can be energy that you are moving into. You may not be there yet, but Spirit wants you to know that you're on your way to this energy. And I think this is going to happen once you break this feeling of indecisiveness. Like when you can really harness your thoughts and go, you know what, I've got to stop sitting on the fence. I need to nut up and I need to just look at these and make a decision. What is best for me in regards to the kind of life that I want to manifest, the kind of life that I want to have. And when you do that, you're automatically breaking the chains from the Devil, because you've let the inability to make a choice disappear. So let's look at divine support. Spirit wants you to know you are always surrounded with love. Spirit is always there for you and will always be there for you. Spirit is watching. It's kind of like the life coach in the background that is cheering you on, but doesn't want to step up and tell you exactly how to get where you're going. Spirit wants you to learn the lessons on the way without Spirit being kind of like that helicopter parent that is like, not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but you've seen the kids with leashes where they don't let them go too far. That's good and bad, Don't take it to a level that Spirit doesn't take it to a level where you cannot learn on your own. The whole point of this journey in life is to learn, is to grow, so that you can move on to the next life without so many lessons to learn. You've, conquered some of those lessons. So let's look at Dragonfly. I love Dragonfly, it's so pretty. Dragonfly's number is 22. That's a master number. This may be something that you're seeing over and over again. It might be part of the message that Spirit is trying to send you to be aware, to really be aware. Dragonfly's message is truth transcends illusion. This is kind of a devil moment, right? So, but devil in reverse. When you can see the truth in a situation, then you really knock the chains of illusion away. And you really get a sense of the reality of the situation, the true perspective of the situation. So if you're having problems making a decision, Spirit says, tap into Dragonfly. Dragonfly can help you really look past illusion, look past kind of like the fantasy choices that maybe you have that aren't really realistic, to help you find the truth and help you find the choice that is the best for you. All right, group 4. Whoo! That's a nice reading. Spirit had a lot to say to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If you liked it, if you got something out of it, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and ding that bell notification. It lets you know when I upload new videos, which is just about every day. Take care. I wish you lots of love and light, and I will see you next time. Bye.